Episode 4 through 7, man, it's a totally different show in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll talk about the episode first, and then I'll talk about the season. The episode is fun. It just is. It's a blast.
It was a damn good time.
It was very, very cool. And Boba Fett got to like do what I think I and many people think Boba Fett should do, which is be awesome.
Yep.
You had callbacks. You got your Boba riding a rancor scene.
It didn't look dumb. It didn't look dumb. I thought it was going to look dumb. I thought it was going to look stupid.
Yeah, it didn't. It looked very good. Look, this episode was light on story, but heavy on action and character moments, and it delivered, man. You got to see more of my boy Cad Bane. Hopefully, but hopefully not the last of them. But probably, which sucks.
I don't think he's dead. I don't think so. He's too big of a character for them. I think. Yeah.
I mean, if that happened off screen, then I would be more inclined to believe you. But like, you saw the impalement, and I'm just like, but it's Star Wars, right? Like, he's got those breathers on his face to help with like, breathing and like deflecting Jedi mind tricks and shit like that. Like, so he's resourceful. He's crafty. It was fun, man. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Now, the season as a whole, I keep harping on it. Those first 3 episodes were weird. They were just weird.
They were.
Those first 3 episodes, again, knock those down to 1 episode. And honestly, I don't even count episode 5 as one of the episodes for the Book of Boba Fett. Like, it just wasn't.
It's not an episode of that show. It was an episode of a different show.
It really isn't. And episode 6 barely had a minute. But if I don't know why they called it something different. I don't know why they just didn't say, "Hey, this is Star Wars Ground Wars." Or whatever, like, come up with a better name, right? But like,
yeah, Star Wars Ground Wars is pretty bad.
Yeah, I have no idea what to call it. Just it's Star Wars Tales or whatever, like Star Wars right. Stories, like just call that what it is. And I think expectations will be like at the level that they're supposed to be. Right. It just makes more sense to do that, but that still doesn't like erase even if they did, that still wouldn't erase the fact that those first 3 episodes were fucking weird. Those the young kids with all the modifications and stuff, they literally could have been. I think my issue with them is that they feel so out of place.
They're too clean. They're too clean, man. Dude. Like, the black dude's wearing like a lovely jacket. Like, they look too clean.
Like he just stepped off a fucking sci-fi runway, dude. Like,
yeah, I'm like,
what?
Throw some dirt on that guy. Like, just like, here's some sayings.
Especially because they are like people who like mod their bodies, like. But like, are you going to Coruscant to get that shit? Right? Like, why does it look so nice? Right? Like, they look
it should look a little dirtier. Yeah,
they look like they should be in like Cyberpunk 2077, and even then, they look a little too clean for that.
Yeah, they do.
They just feel so out of place in this particular world on this like desolate desert fucking planet. That it really takes me out of it. Like, I understand, like, you need an opposing force for the people in Freetown like who just want to kind of live on the frontier and shit and don't want to live in the big cities. But like the Mod Squad, they don't live in a big fucking city.
Right.
Like they live in this fucking they live in this desert town. So I don't really care for them, man. But the season as a whole just felt a little disjointed. Like they didn't really know what story they wanted to tell until they kind of got to season 4. And then they knew what story they wanted to tell. What season 4? Episode 4.
Yeah.
And like they were kind of dropping hints about the story they wanted to tell. But like, why did you break it up? Why were some of episode 1 and 2 about the here and now, and then some, but like the majority of it set back with Boba's time with the Tusken Raiders? I just
do all of the Tusken Raiders all as one.
All the Tusken Raider stuff as episode 1. Do all of, quite frankly, do all of the Tusken Raider stuff in episode 1. Put a little bit of current story stuff in episode 1. And delete 2 and 3. Start with 4. The series is and change the name to fucking Star Wars Tales. And I'm okay.
Yeah,
but the season as a whole was just kind of up and down, but for the most part, I did enjoy. It's like, the phrase "greater than the sum of its parts."
Yeah,
which means like something as a whole is better, even though like bits of it you didn't like. This is the opposite. This is like this is like I liked a lot of the bits of it, but as a whole, it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. And I think, again, people are like, it was funny watching sort of the reactions. The last episode gave us exactly what we said was missing from the show, allowing the character to cut loose. Just let him cut loose, man. Like, I get all the daimyo stuff. I get all of that. But you got to let him cut loose sometimes. Like, you don't get to be the daimyo of the area by just being like, it's me. And they're like, okay. Like, the last guy was fucking Jabba, dude. Like, come on.
And again, wild character tones, wild character shifting, right? I'll go back to that example I gave a couple of weeks ago of them going to that male Twilight, right? Yeah. And Fennec was just like, I'm gonna cut your fucking tails off if you don't take me to like the mayor or whatever, right? And then he's just like, well, you think that was a little harsh?
Like, why would he say that, yo? Like, why would he say that?
And then at the end of the fucking show, he's being at episode 4, he's being a little harsh, right? Like he's going back and he's fucking capping people, and he killed Cad Bane and when he had him dead to rights, and he's just fucking he's being a badass. He's using all his gun lasers and shit. He's
using the knee rockets, which was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Look, I will say this. And that's the point, right? Like, the character switching was like, the tone of that character was like really, like, it was odd. It's like, I get him not wanting to be Cad Bane, right? Like, basically like that type of character. I get that, because he's like, oh, you're getting soft. And he's like, yeah, we all do as we get older. That's a fair point, and that he should soften a bit. But he would never tell, like, that character would never be like, oh, you think you're being a little harsh to Fennec? Why? Especially considering the end of that episode, where then she goes and strings up all those guys. Like, I'm pretty sure he's aware that his assassin is doing these things. He's not unaware of it. So it's just like, it's a really weird tonal shift. And that was my biggest issue with it. Like, it didn't really make sense. And then for us to see him in the end, where he is just a brutal son of a bitch to the Pikes. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's what we wanted. Like, that's just all we wanted to see, man.
Like, Fennec and Boba are like Riggs and Murtaugh, right?
Yeah.
Like, Murtaugh is like, yo, I'm too old for this shit, yo. But at the same time, like, if shit gotta go down, fucking Murtaugh is down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's not like Murtaugh wasn't no bitch. He was just
Right.
fucking old.
I have
Old.
diplomatic immunity. Consider
Right. It's been revoked.
like
nigga.
boom.
Wow.
Right.
Right.
Right. Like he got the last shot. Right. Like come on, man. So it's
Right. Like,
you know
it felt
it's
like we had to. It felt like we had to push his ass to like, come on, man. Like, just say it's just been revoked, man. Revoke his fucking diplomatic immunity, bro.
just revoke his diplomatic immunity. That's all we ask. But once he did, once the gloves came off, like that scene, like, you know, this scene with Mando and him having that conversation was dope as fuck. Mando was like, look, yo, like the rules say, like, I stay and fight by your side, and like it is what it is. And he was like, you believe all that like fucking crazy mumbo jumbo? He's like, yeah, I do. He's like, all right, bet, let's fucking do this. Like, and them going out and just rushing out there to take on the Pikes and like getting shot and they're still like going at it. That was dope. Like for them to slow it down and showing them fighting, that was really very cool. It was like good action, and you know, it was a mark of a really good finale that you had like the action happening in like multiple quadrants of the city too. Like they're fighting, and then it's like Boba, you know, like those big, you know, force field like gun bots come down, and Boba Fett's like, I have an idea, and he's like fucking jets off, and I was like, oh, okay, he's clearly going to get the Rancor, like that's fine. Yeah. But that scene was doper than I thought it was going to be. It really was, and I think the thing that made it work is that he wasn't controlling the Rancor as much as he was just riding on it. Because if he was going to be like, oh, like, look at me, I'd be like, yo, this seems silly to me. Like, it seems very silly. But him just riding it, and then just, like, the Rancor, like, picked someone up, and he just shot him. I was like, yeah, all right, that's cool. Like, that's fine. And then to watch a Rancor knock that robot into that building was pretty dope. Like, yeah, I mean, the only thing he controlled was, like, telling him, like, do it when he was just, like, rip the thing apart, which was fucking awesome. And then they did a smart thing of not letting the Rancor just, like, leave and it'd be convenient. Like, yeah, it's a wild, crazy animal. Like, that's going to be a problem, too. Like, afterwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought it worked. And, like, it was finally what people were starving for this series to be. And they should have balanced it a lot better than they did. But like, if you are like, I don't know about this, just start at episode 4 and move forward. Like, honestly, like episode 4 moving forward, like you could do that, and you could just completely ignore the rest of it.
Yeah, I normally don't like telling people to do that, but yeah, you could. Like, while I think Boba's time with the Tusken Raiders was there to show that, like, hey, like there's other things besides like bounty hunting,
right?
And he developed like a family there, right? Like, cause he was lost, right? I appreciate it, but you really could start at episode 4, and I think you could pick that. I think you could kind of pick that stuff up through context clues,
right? Yeah.
So
just start at episode.
Yeah.
4.
Look! The show turned around for me. Yeah. I was fucking yelling, screaming like a fucking idiot. And at the end of it, I enjoyed more episodes of this series than I didn't. So,
and that's all that matters at the end of the day. That's all that matters.